You're back with the chicks, and we're about to get mad all up in here because we're mad. We're mad about this Kavanaugh story. I've got some rage about it, I gotta tell you. And I'm just seeing now, by the way, this woman who is accusing Brett Kavanaugh of trying to sexually assault her 30 plus years ago. Her lawyer is now saying that she's willing to testify in front of a committee or whatever, she's willing to go public and be questioned and talk about her story to whoever wants to hear it. And I just can't.
Okay, because he's on trial now? What is that what's happening?
Yeah, this is what happens now.
He's on trial 30 years later for something that he probably didn't do.
Well, I mean, there's no one to corroborate it, including the friend that she insists was in on it with him, right? Who also jumped on top of her, and then somehow she miraculously escaped, but she doesn't remember the details of how. No, she doesn't even remember how she got to the party to begin with.
She doesn't remember, and she doesn't remember what happened either. She just doesn't remember.
But for sure, she knows he inadvertently might kill her.
And for sure, she knows that she doesn't want him to have this job.
Right.
That's what this is really all about. That's what she really, really knows for sure, y'all, is that she doesn't want him to have this job.
And neither do the Democrats who've been sitting on this story for a few months now, who just timed the release of it to coincide with precisely the week that this hearing was supposed to take place.
This should freak everybody out.
If you are not somebody who either was hit on in a similar way or hit on someone in a similar way in high school, were you ever really in high school?
Yeah.
Because this was nothing.
This is high school.
This is
high school in the 80s.
Yes. And for her to act like she was traumatized.
It may not be now, okay, because I don't know what goes on now. I don't, because I'm not in high school right now. Okay.
Thank you for clarifying.
Yes, I'm clarifying. But I mean, I will tell you, this is high school in the 80s.
For sure.
This is what kids did. Mm-hmm. For crying out loud. What are we doing?
Well, we're apparently ruining people's lives 3.5 decades later because we can. I mean, that's what women are doing now. And that's what makes me so mad at this whole Me Too movement. It's gotten so far off the rails. And if this guy gets ruined over this, everyone who has a past should be afraid. Okay, because this can happen to you.
But everybody has a past. All right, well, what about stuff like Bernie Sanders and him writing about gang rape?
Well, but see, that was a long time ago, and it doesn't matter when he does it.
What about Bill Clinton and all of his sexual assault and, the rape that he committed? What about that?
Listen, he is a man who loves his bride.
Oh, okay. What about Keith Ellison?
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know about Keith Ellison?
I've heard about it.
Ted Kennedy killed a woman with a car.
That's fine.
He had a great career. Nobody seemed to care about that.
I mean, that's all fine. That's all fine.
Seriously, like what? So Democrats are exempt from everything, right? Because if we're going to start talking, because I mean, those that stuff actually happened.
Yeah.
That's stuff that actually happened. Okay, we're talking about something right now with a Republican dude that may or may not have happened.
Right. It's total he said, she said. And
it was something that happened or may not have happened at a high school party where a girl is just like, well, I mean, I don't know if I remember it. I may have remembered it this way. And it's just something that makes me feel kind of icky 30 years later.
Oh, no, it makes her feel so icky that she's brought it up in counseling sessions and taken lie detector tests over it. Because she's been so traumatized by something that's literally happened to every single person I know. And she can't deal. And so this is what makes me crazy, is that this story is even if it happened the way that she says it did, even if, and I don't believe that it did, but even if it did, so what?
So what?
This is literally what happened to everybody in high school. This is a total rite of passage thing.
And I think that is the point here. Even if it happened, so what?
Exactly.
So what?
I can't believe that this is such a thing. And then when you start digging in to, first of all, the timing of the release of this story, the fact that this is a pussy hat wearing activist who is a staunch Democrat, then you start to think, well, wait a minute, why isn't everybody putting these pieces together? That this is a total setup.
Of course,
it's
a setup.
And now her lawyer's like, oh, yeah, she's willing to put herself on the line.
Oh, wow. She's so brave.
And testify publicly.
So incredibly brave. I bet she's as brave as the women who took Herman Cain down, who we never heard from again.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Isn't it weird? Whatever happened to those 9? Was it 9 women? 10 women? How many
13 women, I
14,
think.
18 women that like we never heard from again. It's just so weird. And
well, then once they got done.
Yeah. He was out of the race, and then it's like, and then all of a sudden we just, poof, they're gone. They're miraculously gone. on?
So weird.
Isn't it weird?
And, I got to say, in retrospect and hindsight, I think it was absolutely absurd for Al Franken to resign. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Over the allegation. Well, first of all, over the photo where he's got his boob, or where he's got his hands on the flak vest over the boobs of somebody who's sleeping.
Yeah.
So there's that accusation, and then there was the one where he tried to kiss someone, right? Yeah. And again, this guy lost his career over that. And granted, he's a Democrat, but but this is insane. Like, why are we punishing people to this degree for things that everyone with hormones has gone through?
Yeah.
I mean, this is just nuts.
And years later, right?
Yeah.
30 years later, when she doesn't even remember the facts of what happened.
Or how she got there, or how she got home.
I mean, it's like...
And the guy that she's accusing along with Brett is like, no, that actually didn't happen.
And aren't there other women that are coming forward and saying, actually, I knew him in high school and he was a great guy?
Yeah, like 65 women who are on both sides of the aisle are saying that. So people who disagree with him politically are saying, I have known this guy since high school and he is a stand-up guy who would have never done something like this.
So don't those women matter?
Well, you don't believe those women.
Oh.
You only believe the woman that is politically expedient for you to believe.
So not them too?
Nope, not them too.
Oh.
That's different.
Okay.
That's totally different.
They don't matter at all. It just, the only thing that matters is just this story of this woman who can't remember what actually happened.
That is correct.
Oh.
Yeah. Now you're tracking. You're like right there all over it.
I'm tracking.
You're with the liberals.
Okay.
You
so
know how
like
to liberal
I said,
now.
this should scare everybody.
It absolutely
because
should.
a story that is just like kind of put together where you don't really remember all the pieces can ruin your career. Just remember that, men.
Yeah.
I hope the Democrat men remember that.
Exactly. Because if you think you're exempt, just wait.
You're not.
Somebody's going to be out to get you at some point.
Just remember that. If somebody doesn't like you, just remember that.
Did this make you have a conversation with your husband where you're like, did anything happen in high school that you have?
Actually, no, because
thoughts about?
He was sick this weekend. He's had sinusitis and bronchitis. He's been sick all weekend. But no, I mean, no, it didn't. It didn't. But I mean, and listen, I can't even believe that this is where we're heading.
And that it's okay with people.
Yeah.
That the Me Too movement is pushing this as if it's a positive thing.
And listen,
it's not.
And it will start happening to women.
Oh, yeah.
It'll start happening to women, too. Because we're getting to that point now where if women want equality, that's going to start happening to women as well. Mm-hmm. Right?
Well, I mean, why not? It's a free-for-all at this point.
Yeah.
No one is safe from anything that you ever did. Forget high school. Let's start going back to elementary school.
Yeah.
Did you ever take a piece of gum from a store? Mm-hmm. Well, then you can't be a Supreme Court justice. Did you ever, pass a note in school when you weren't supposed to?
Did a little boy ever grab your butt inappropriately in elementary school? I mean, because it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you made it. He will never.
That's a career ender now.
That little boy will never amount to anything.
I mean, this is where we are.
Because you can ruin him.
Yeah, you can ruin stuff. Mm-hmm. You can be ruined over something that you did before you were well enough to know better, right? Old enough to know better. Mm-hmm. And so this is just, everyone should be nervous about it. And the fact that people are jumping on and piling on like this is this fun ride, it's so scary to me.
Yeah.
The level to which they're going after this guy. And I feel so bad for Brett Kavanaugh because he's got this wonderful family. He's got all these women coming out to support him and say this is a stand-up guy. He's had a really nice career so far. And now it's all coming to an end because of some woman who can't even remember how she got to the damn place.
Yeah.
Has decided to be like, well, I don't want him to be a Supreme Court
judge. All it takes is one person. Welcome to the new world, right?
Oh my God, she was like, I want to get steaks with you. I'm obsessed with you.
I don't want to get steaks with you.
I don't want to get steaks.
I don't want to get steaks
with
you,
anybody
Alex.
right now.
Okay. Do we want to, are we taking calls? Do we want to talk to people about this? What do we want to do?
I think everybody's going to feel the same. I think people that listen to our show are generally switched on people who are going to be like, yeah, this sucks.
Yeah. So it's null and void. We're done.
I don't know if I can talk about it anymore.
Okay. All right. Can't. So what are we talking about next?
Well, we got to talk about Nikki Haley's curtains because that's a big deal.
Oh yeah.
Apparently. It's a huge deal.
Nikki Haley's curtains. That's what we're talking about next, you guys. Stay tuned.